Right now, I have to take you away from that riveting report to tell you what's happening now. We're going across to Parliament, where the minority is pushing for Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi Amoakwata to be hauled before the House over his decision to halt the collection of tolls even before Parliament approves the 2022 budget. They argue that the minister breached the Constitution. Right now, it is Mr. Annor Dompreh, Majority Chief Whip, who is holding a press conference. Let's take you there live to hear from him.
What has been happening in this country when the budget is read and the knee-jerk reaction from sections of the public, identifiable groups and all that. So we think that the minister acted in good faith. And when you heard the first deputy speaker who says that, okay, we are the makers of the law. The executive enforced the law. So probably, I'm just hazarding a guess, probably the speaker should have probably made a referral. And then whichever committee reasonably in this context, maybe the Roads Committee, would have engaged the minister further, then things would have come up more for us to appreciate. We think that the minister acted in good faith to avert a chaotic situation, and that needs to be respected. So the current ruling by the speaker may take us back, but I believe that the Ghanaian people will act logically and reasonably. In the face of what we said, I think it will be fair for anybody to ask, okay, so what about the case of the law students, where the speaker directed? And the distinction here is clear. If you recall, the matter related to the law student, there was a resolution by the House. There was a prior resolution by the House. So the ruling of the speaker in that context carried the resolution of the House. It wasn't the speaker exercising excessive powers. So we think that the speaker is my very good friend. I respect him a lot. I know after this we will engage further, but we think that the speaker erred, and we must put matters in proper context. The minister acted to avert a chaotic situation. And in that broader spirit, all of you we are all Ghanaians. We know what happens after a budget is read. In the broader context, we should be able to appreciate the reasonable efforts and actions that were taken by the minister to avert a chaotic situation. I thank you very much.
One question. You make the case that the minister acted in good faith because he picked up intelligence. There was chaos at the various tools. But when you look at the statement as released by the minister, he was silenced on that as to whether or not indeed there was chaos at these tools. How do you address that issue? Okay,
I am not an authority to be able to have answers to everything. But it is also a fact for you to recognize that the minister's statement couldn't have conveyed everything. The statement couldn't have conveyed everything. That's why I'm saying that I strongly believe that if there had been a referral, probably an engagement by a committee would have brought all these matters to bear. And then the committee could have reported to plenary for us to comment on the reports of the committee that this matter would have been referred to.
But are you able to tell us some of the police stations where...
Can I take one question at a time?
Okay.
You just said
one at a time.
After the reading of the budget, people are massing up at some of the toll booths. Can you please tell us one toll that so that we can follow up as journalists?
Oh, well,
he didn't say that. The other journalist said it.
No,
we got several distress calls all over the place. All over the place. Yes, all over the. Well, we got from all over the places. Many more people qualify.
If you can tell us,
please, the greatest respect. The greatest respect. We are all Ghanaians. Let's not oversimplify this matter. I have no interest in protecting anybody's image. I'm speaking to an action we find reasonable to avert a chaotic situation. I'm also speaking to our practices and our standing orders in this country. We should be careful not to go into tangential issues. So these are the facts, and these are my opinions, and these are the opinions, the position of the majority.
Just a quick one now. He's asked the minister to withdraw the statement. I am asking, as a member of government, are you going to ensure a full compliance of what the Speaker said? Because you say the Speaker erred. Just clarity on that.
Well, if I say that I'm going to ensure a compliance, then that will be a tautology.
I'm talking about the majority.
No, if I say that I am going to ensure that we comply with the directive of the Speaker, I am going against my own position. I think that is clear to you. There is clarity on that matter. So our position is clear. We are saying he erred. So for you to ask me that I am going to ensure they comply, that's another matter.
Does it mean the majority is going to challenge
whether or not the Speaker has the power to direct a minister to take a decision?
I think he may be.
Let me finish answering my question. Because we've been in this house, we've seen speakers direct ministers to appear before the house.
Right, so that is Mr. Frank Annor Dompreh, the Majority Chief Whip, addressing a press conference in Parliament. This is all to do with the directive from the Roads and Highways Minister to cease the collection of all road tolls as of 12 midnight yesterday. Now, here's the thing. Of course, the Majority Chief Whip is responding to the claims by the minority that the roads minister should have sought permission of Parliament before making such a decision, because this is a toll that was approved by Parliament. The cessation of it was proposed in the budget, which has not yet been approved by Parliament. But Mr. Frank Annor Dompreh there responding to questions from the press. We joined them halfway through, and what we did catch him say was that the decision by the Roads Minister was in order. We're going to join our colleague, parliamentary correspondent Kwesi Parker-Wilson, now to get more detail about the position of Mr. Frank Annor Dompreh. Kwesi, if you can hear me, walk us through it. What did we miss, and what's the general point he's making?
So the point the Majority Chief Whip is making this afternoon is that the Speaker erred in directing the Roads and Highways Minister to withdraw the statement announcing the cessation of road tolls across the country. According to Frank Annor Dompreh, the Speaker has no persona in this matter because Parliament takes a decision as Parliament and not as a Speaker of the House. And so the Speaker of Parliament is not above Parliament. He likened the situation or did a comparison with what happened with the 499 student when Parliament as a whole took a resolution to ensure that the 499 students are admitted. In this case, there was no resolution in Parliament or on the floor of Parliament. And so the Speaker does not have the authority to direct the Roads and Highways Minister to withdraw the statement. And that has been the point made by Frank Annor Dompreh, who is the Majority Chief Whip. So I asked him a very direct question that based on his position on this matter, and the Speaker has ruled, would there be compliance? Well, he tells me if he says there will be a compliance, what it means is that he'll be going against his position. So what we know for now is that the minister, perhaps the majority, may not or will not ask the minister to comply with the directive of the Speaker. So they say that there are ways of challenging the Speaker's ruling, so they would, consider what to do next. But for now, their position is clear that the Speaker erred in directing the Roads and Highways Minister to withdraw that statement. And Kojo, this actually started with the minority leader, Annor Dompreh, who made a statement on the floor of Parliament that the minister disrespected the House and undermined the authority of Parliament because he's not close with the powers to ask for the cessation of road tolls. And in fact, the process itself was challenged by the majority leader, so you have to come back, withdraw, and come back again and make the point. Now, a few debates went on the floor of Parliament where members on the minority side all agreed that the roads minister erred or disrespected Parliament, and so he does not have the legal basis to ask for a cessation of the road tolls. The majority on the other side disagrees. The point they make is that the minister perhaps may have misapplied the law, but that cannot constitute a disrespect of Parliament or undermining the authorities of Parliament. So perhaps it is possible that they can invite the minister to the floor of the House and provide reasons for asking for the cessation of road tolls. So that was the conversation. So the Speaker, after listening to both sides of the House argue for and against the statement by the minority leader, then directed that based on the debate and the comment that have come up so far, he is asking or directing the roads minister to withdraw that statement with immediate effect, because in law, you have to come to Parliament and seek amendment. In law, the minister does not have the right and the power to make any kind of directive which contravenes an operation of Parliament. And so this has been the back and forth with the majority and minority, and just a while ago we witnessed the majority chief whip, Annor Dompreh, making the point again that the Speaker erred in his directive.
So obviously, I suppose now at this point, the next move lies in the hands of the minority, or perhaps the Speaker, if they would wish to address this claim by the majority. But they say they're going to follow processes to contest the ruling by the Speaker. Thank you very much, Kwesi Parker-Wilson, for that update. And of course, we'll be learning more as that particular issue continues to evolve in Parliament. It's the pulse. There's more to come. Just stay with us. On the other side of these messages from our partners, lots and lots of stories on your favorite afternoon roundup show.